Welcome everyone, today we'll have a super guide for Diablo 4. So in this video, we'll have a look at how to get some of the perfect stats on your items and how to roll for items, how to craft items, how to get some of the best legendaries with rare items and also with codexes. And if you come over here with my notes, I've prepared a lot of notes and also a lot of information to share with you guys. And just bear with me if some parts take a little long, you make sure you use the timestamps to go through the parts, because I want to give you all the information of how to get your legendary aspects, how to craft them, how to make different categories of codex, how to get the best value out of offensive codex with 100% bonus. And what I thought would be the best way to teach you guys is, at the second part of the video, make sure you check it out. I'll show you exactly how I craft codexes, how I roll for items, and I prepared some examples over here. So we do this live in the recording, so you know exactly how to get some really powerful items and have really good fun and also testing in the beta. Now throughout the video, I will be referring to some of my past videos for guides, so we don't have to go too much into time for this video, and make sure you go through the links for those videos to see more things in more details and to go through them. I'll briefly talk about a few things at the start. So the first thing we'll talk about is how do you get your legendary codex and also aspects. Now, one of the ways I was getting them is through dungeon, and this was taking too long. The world boss is really nice, make sure you do those. We'll have a countdown timer as well, I'll have that ready for you guys. And world boss only gives, 4 or 5, right? That's a lot. But the most ideal way, the best way to get my legendary codexes and also aspects, which I want to be crafting, is from gambling. Now, if you haven't seen our last video about this particular part, definitely come over and have a look. Because over here, I'll also talk about it later on. I'll tell you guys what is the best item you want to be gambling. And in this video, I'll show you guys exactly, I have the obos ready, right? I'll show you guys exactly, I'm looking for a legendary codex. And let's see if we can get it live on the stream. Now, once you had a look at how to get those legendary codex and also aspects, the second part is how do you get your rare gold items. Well, you can be farming for level 25 loots after getting to the maximum level in the beta, or there is also a method of getting level 35 loots. So here, let me show you guys. This video talk about how to get level 35 loots and also how to lower its level. And I'll also demonstrated this in the video as well, so you can check both out. After that, after getting your legendary items and everything, make sure we also enchant and also roll our items, which I'll show you guys in this video as well. So lots of examples. And as we go through this, I'll show you guys how you plan your categories of codex and also aspects, how you craft them and which item you should be looking for. Because as I craft my build, I don't just craft one like idly, I craft all of them in my mind and also plan them ahead. And then I craft them together with each slot taking particular effect. So the weapon will be offense, the rings can be offense or resource, while the amulet can be anything. So it's really important for you to know which one you are getting and how you're getting those. And I'll go through with you guys over here of how I planned my codexes and how I find them, how I craft them. Now finally, at the end of the video, I'll also give you guys some tips about crafting with legendary affixes and also the end game and the top tier legendary crafting, which you can craft legendaries onto legendaries, which is pretty cool. Of course, in order to make this video easy to understand, let's go through the step-by-step process as I demonstrate through my own gameplay. And throughout this demonstration, in case you guys are having a little puzzle on which of the steps, make sure you go to the links of the previous guide videos, which will show you guys exactly how I got those items or how I did those things. So coming over to my inventory, you can see that I have some legendaries over here, and also I have some locked golden rare items. I also have some not locked golden rare items. Those are very high level rolled because I've gotten them from this particular method, which I just AFK over there for the level 35 monster. After a few hours as I was sleeping, I got some really good ones. So notice here the item level power is over 400, and this gives you tremendous power, right? Especially in beta. So what I'm going to show you guys is, over here I want to upgrade my two-handed weapon. Currently it's got 417 DPS damage per second. And here I want to upgrade to this 567. And I'm planning to try a bone build, which I want to show you guys next, which I'll be focused on the bone lance, a bone spear. So what I do is, I want to be crafting on this item, and I want to transfer this particular codex of aspects imprinted onto this item. So I found this item using gambling, and also just throughout the dungeons I happened to drop this item. So what I show you guys is, first I come to the NPC, and I've tested this out as well. So I'll be putting this particular legendaries into here to extract. And notice once it's extracted, you get to see what this codex goes on to. This is an offensive codex that can only go onto weapons, gloves, amulets, and also rings. And ideally, if this is for offense, you want to be on two-handed weapon for double bonus. So it is a really high roll, 33% out of the 24 to 34. In case you're wondering how I got those rolls, so come over to options and also come over to gameplay, click the advanced tooltip and also advanced compare, which will give you a lot of benefits in the game. I don't know why they don't show that. So here I'll show you guys, I'll extract this, and the extract the aspects will be given over here. And here what I'll show you is, now I will be crafting this legendary, not this rare item, right? So notice this rare item is over leveled. I'm not level 26, right? But don't be worried, because there's a small trick. If you come over here and put the Codex over here, the aspects, it will lower the item level to the previous legendary level. The previous legendary was level 16, so this item gets lowered to level 16. But before you craft this, guys, I'll give you guys a big warning. So I don't want to craft it now, because if I craft it now and later I come back to enchant a legendary, it will be costing something called the Fin Rolls. And it's very hard to find this item. You gotta get it through a special event with a Legion event for level 30. So before crafting my item, what I do is, I come over to enchant and I put this item in. I will be changing the ultimate skill damage. Notice the cost is very low to do this if I don't, make this into a legendary. So let's roll this and let's roll before we craft. So intelligence is not bad. All stats is okay, but intelligence is good for damage. I really want something like close range or like far range damage. Oh, it's very expensive. Notice the second roll is like 30,000. And just in case you guys are wondering how I got so much gold, this is the particular guide over here. So it is this particular guide, so many, right? Oh, which one is it? So this one. So this particular guide, I was farming for over 500,000 gold in 1 hour. So very good method. Definitely try this video out. So coming back, I do want to roll once. I kind of don't think intelligence is that big factor, but it's not very. Let's just roll once. Let's see how we go. Oh, I got more intelligence. It's going to be a top roll for intelligence. So let's take the intelligence. Of course, you can keep what you have. Well, should we do one more for science? I don't know. Now keep in mind, once I decide to stop doing it, and once I craft this into legendary, it's very costly to roll. So I really want to roll what I wanted before I get, to the next part. Ideally, I was looking for something like the close range damage and also the, the vulnerability damage, close range damage, like all range enemy damage, or maybe slow damage. That's what I was looking for, or critical strike damage. That's what I was looking for. So let's have a look at intelligence. How much intelligence? Increase skill damage by 9%. So the 40% will only increase skill damage by 4%. So this is why I don't think intelligence will be that big factor. Let's roll once more. Oh my gosh, it's not coming back. So let's say if I don't want to change, I just got no change, right? Shall we go one more? one more, last one. Oh, there you go, close range damage. That's what I wanted. So this is a bigger multiplier. This is 4.8% damage to everything. Range or close anything, but this is the close range damage. I do think I'll go with the close range damage, because I might go close mage, right? So now that I'm happy with what I got it, now I'll be crafting this item. So let's go imprint. Let's put it in. Notice I can't use it right now because it's level 26. So we go this, and I'll be imprinting this one over here. Double check before you imprint. So notice the rates from 33% now 66%. And then we click this button, it is made. And ta-da! So here we go. Where did my item go? It is over here. It turned into a legendary, I think. It is over here. Yeah, it changed shape. So it is turned into a legendary. And now if I equip this item, all of a sudden my bone spear will deal more damage the higher resource I have. So the first bone spear will deal 66% more damage. And if I go close to them, and if they're vulnerable, it deals tremendous more damage. So this is a really good build for my bone spear to try on the next guild. Now over here, a small note on which of the legendary aspects you should be crafting on the two-headed weapon, on the amulets, and also on the other equipments for the offense section. So over here you can see one of the core build for my blood explosion build is the corpse exploding with the blood mist. And over here, although it is the core item, I did not craft it on the two-handed weapon because the cooldown reaction is enough for the 50% bonus on the amulet. So initially this was not 1.8, I think this was 1.3, but because of the 50% bonus, it went to 1.8 seconds for the cooldown reduction. Usually you want to craft on the two-handed weapon the strongest spell with the skill multiplier for damage, and this is the focus. After that, the secondary great offensive item should go onto the amulet. After that, if you want to go for more offensive codex, you can go onto the rings and also the gloves. So you have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots. And if you're barbarian, if you're rogue, you have more slots for crafting offensive codex. Now do keep in mind, if you craft a lot of offensive codex, your choices are limited for the other ones, like the defensive ones, the mobility ones, and also the resource ones, and also utility ones. Do keep in mind guys, make sure you do come over here, just have a quick look in case you're missing one of the utility ones or one of the resource ones. You still want to have a slot open for those. So that particular demonstration used all the information we had previously, how to get codex, how to get rares, how to get gold, and what codex to go for. Now what I want to do is, I want to demonstrate with you guys how do I hunt for different codexes. So this is actually quite important. So over here, we did the one demonstration, right? Let's do another demonstration. So here I have a few of the skill trees from the calculator over here for the Necromancer. Let's say if I'm going for bone build, what I do is over here I'll be searching for bone. And let's say if I search for bone, a lot of numbers, a lot of codex that with bone that will come up. You can't really have the uniques, so keep in mind you don't have to click the uniques. So you want to click the legendaries that will provide you a boost to your build. Ideally, you want up to 2 or 3 offensive codexes and maybe 1 or 2 defensive ones if it helps. So I did a quick filtering. So I don't need the bone prison. I don't need the bone prison. I don't have the capstone for this one, and bone storm is really good, but we already have this one, so we already have this particular codex, so we don't have to click it. I'm gonna click the ones I don't have. I don't think I'll be going to bone spirit, so I won't need this one. This one is actually not bad because this one is the bone storm consumes corpses, increase duration. I really want this one, so I click on this one. And here bone spirit's primary target will make enemies vulnerable. I already have this one, which was on this one, can be imprinted onto something else. So I don't have to click this. So basically I do a quick filtering. I really want this one too, because this one provides me with echoes of additional damage. So we delete everything we highlighted, and now this everything that was highlighted, we'll be looking for those. And similarly, if you have anything over here that I searched, then you're looking for, over here I want more essence, because more essence means more damage, and I also want lower cooldowns. And finally, I also want my particular bone skills to provide more essence generation. So I want essence again, and I want bone skill damage. Of course I already have this, so I can click this out. So notice at the moment I want hunting for over a lot of the offensive codexes. I'm also hunting for the resource codexes. So now if we come over to the notes for the gambling section, if I'm hunting for the offensive and also what I'm hunting for, let's see, if I'm hunting for offensive and also resource, the best thing to be rolling is actually going to be the rings, I believe. So rings will give you both resource drop and also offensive drop, but the rings will cost 40 of your gambling currency each, 40 opals each. And of course, if you're wondering how to do this exactly with gambling and what the notes are for, this video talk about everything in those notes. So here I can be going for the rings, but the rings are quite costly. And at the same time, I really want to make one thing work. So here I'll show you this particular codex. This provides me with a very high roll of the barrier damage. I want to get barrier onto my character, but unlike the mages, we don't have many barriers for the necromancer. So what I'm doing is, I'll show you guys another filtering. So this is set for the things I wanted for the first build. Here I want to find barriers. So I go barrier, and usually barriers are the defensive ones. So here, this is the codex I have. And over here, this is the codex I want to have because this can provide me with a barrier. And when I cast Bone Storm, I want critical chances and also barrier for greater damage because of the codex we have in the game. So this particular codex. And this means I also want defense. So here I show you guys, so I have this one and I'm wanting this one. So notice at this moment, I want to be gambling for offense, I want to be gambling for defense, and also for utility. So the choices I have over here coming from my notes will be, I can go with resource for the rings and also offense, or I can go with helmet for both chance of resource and also defense. Now keep in mind there's a lot of codex for the offense section. It's very hard to roll for exact ones. So I don't think I get lucky. I've been trying a lot for those two. I don't think I'll get lucky. So what I'll be doing now is I'll go in with defense and also resource. And here for defense and also resource, helmet is the best way to go. Just in case you guys are wondering how I do this, so here this is a particular guide on MaxRoll.gg. It shows you what items goes on what, and by looking at those items and also by looking at the price of buying those items in the shop, we know exactly what to go for. And those are my quick summaries and highlights. And of course, if you want to see it, make sure you come over to the previous video for more information on those parts. Now coming back to my video, time for the highlight. Let's run over to the gambling NPC. Let's gamble for the helmets, because I want both resource and also defense. So I have 490 opals, so I can gamble how many times? 12 times? Yeah, we can gamble 12 times. So let's see how we go. Quite excited. If I get one thing I wanted, I can make my build. I want to make the build a little rough, refined for you guys, and this is why it takes me a little longer to do the builds. So coming over here, you scroll down, and you go over the helmets. The helmet's at the top right. Now, for some reason, I was looking for a helmet. It's actually called cap over here, just so you guys know. I actually went to a different NPC just to check. So it is cap over here, and let's see how we go, guys. Oh, I got 2. I was hoping for more, but I only got 2. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is not the one I wanted. This is not the berry I wanted. Oh no, I didn't get what I wanted. So notice what I was looking for. What I was looking for is I was looking for resource because I want to get the bone skills essence. I want 3 of those. And I was hoping for the defensive. I was hoping for this one. If I get this one, my build will be perfect. But unfortunately, I didn't get it. So back to farming I go. Usually it takes about, maybe half hour to get that much essence. And usually I just, just do the method. So what I mean by the method is, so it is this particular method which you farm the events. I'm eating, I'm watching something, I'm just teleport back and forth. It's very fast. Every 2 minutes, we get 35 opals. And it's really fast. Now, what I was going to show you guys is, once I get my particular helmet, I was going to go to my rare helmets I collected and craft it onto the helmet, but unfortunately we don't have it. And of course, I'll just give you guys an example what you are filtering throughout your rare items. So if you come over to my inventory, you can see it's really messy. It is really messy, but I've tried to organize a little bit. Here I've given the category of the Thorn Necromancer build, and I'm looking for thorns on this side. And also on this side, I'm looking for plus rank of spells and also different stuff. So example, I'm looking for the minion damage. I'm trying to do a minion build as well. And finally, I'm also looking for plus rank spells. So some of the boots, gloves, and also helmet, they can have a certain range of plus rank spells. Especially the items you get from the level 35 monster, you drop plus 2 rank spells. So here is plus 2 Bone Spirit, here is plus 2 Bone Spear, and also here is plus 2 Bone Lance and also Serum. So a lot of really good jobs if you can get those rare items for the better crafting. But of course, it's just beta, right? You don't have to do perfection. I just show you guys what is possible and what items I keep for. If I get the right item, I can be crafting onto those items. Now, finally, as for the step-to-step process, as for the blacksmiths and also jewelry, I'll just give you guys a quick example. I'm sure you guys know. So once you have crafted your legendary item, which I have crafted one over here and one successful one. The other one I tried to do the live one. It was not successful, right? A little hard for the helmet. Not as easy for the gloves. So here I'll come to the blacksmith, we go upgrade, and this is the new weapon we got, we chuck it in, and bang bang bang, there goes our gold. So level up. When you level this up, you will increase the rolls you have. You will increase the critical damage and all the things I rerolled. This is why I want you to guys reroll the rare ones before you turn them into legendaries. So I think I've got money for one more. Yep, I don't think I'd go for one more, it's 100,000. So now I have a level 2 weapon, and this one looks pretty hefty, right? Excited for my next build for you guys. Now, just before we finish, there's 2 things I want to mention, because the first thing is, if you have crafted a legendary Affix which you extracted from another legendary onto an item, it cannot be used again. So the example over here is, if I want to extract this particular legendary Codex or aspects from this crafted legendary, I cannot do it. It's one use only, so this item is not reusable. And this is the way you can't get one perfect one, you just keep rolling it, right? So make sure you know about this. The second thing is, if you want to be crafting, you can also craft legendaries onto legendaries. I'll just quickly show you guys, but it's really hard to do in beta. So over here I have some particular legendaries over here, for example this particular legendary sword, or this particular legendary wand. And I don't want this particular Codex aspect, and I want to craft on top of this. And I can pick an aspect over here, so you can craft legendaries onto legendaries. Let's say if I want to go with the summoning build, and this will craft this particular Codex onto this one. Notice you will swap the Codex, and then this legendary cannot be extracted or used again. So it's one use only, and you can craft legendaries onto legendaries. The reason you do this is because you have 4 rolls of Affix, so from 7% to 21 intelligence, while over here on some of the rare ones, notice this one only have 3 rolls, because this is a crafted legendary. And so is this weapon, only 3 rolls, right? So 3 Affix for the rare ones, 4 Affix for the legendaries. And this is the endgame crafting we'll look into once the game launches. Now before you go, and if you guys didn't know, we have a new YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the behind the scenes and also fun clips and also more stories about us. And then you get to know me a little more personally instead of just reading the news and also the games, right? So I want to share a little bit more with you guys. So make sure you check this channel out if you're interested about Matt and also Uni. She's really funny too, and she's really shy. So I want to give her a surprise and do a shout out for the new channel to get some subscribers. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.